Hey everyone, welcome back to another Persona 5 video. In today's video, we're just going to be going over some of the things that are coming. Right now, I'm still announcing a little bug that they just came out with. Apparently, there was a description error for the perfect premium cat food obtainable in Tabby's treasure hunt. It said it can be exchanged for rewards in the shop, but it's really just used in the Tabby because it's the exact same as a little like the Luful Go-Go event, whatever, you know, where you're driving the car. It was the exact same event where we used it inside the actual event, not by going to a shop. So that's what error there. I never noticed it myself. I don't know if any of you guys noticed it because I don't recognize that. But the main thing that came out is we now have a video up for Yumi, or Phoebe, as we will be calling her. Phoebe looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, she is a super gorgeous woman. I also like the fact she is an adult. She is actually my age, so I'm all for that. But just still going over. But what this video does show is actually a buff that she will be getting. So it looks like she will be getting a crit damage buff on her skill 3. We don't know what else they're going to give her, but as of right now, we already know about the crit damage buff. So right there. So if I back up a little bit, we can see the fact that we got a fire damage buff. And then this symbol right here is actually is the crit damage buff, the little lightning bolt. So we have the crit rate buff, and then when you have the big outline around it, it is actually a crit damage buff. I don't know what they mean by invigorating blend or how that incorporates, because when I actually go into the game like this, if I go challenge this boss real quick, so if you guys don't already know, if I were to use Dionysus, whoever I target with a Dionysus ability gets a crit damage buff. So if I use such an example, this is all of course in slow mode. If I use Dionysus Revolution, that's a crit rate buff, and then right there, critical damage buff. That little lightning symbol that we saw right there is the exact same one as this, or it does look like the same one. If I just back up a little bit, actually looks a little different, but it's looking like a crit damage buff. And then when I look at P5X alert bots, they're also showing the same thing. We don't know for sure until they go over tomorrow, but it's looking like Phoebe is going to be giving a crit damage buff, which is super cool, as compared to what she currently does on TW and CN, which is just a straight up like just an attack damage boost for one specific element, which we saw on the previous one, fire, etc, which is the fire damage bonus, because that's what the team we're using is the on team. So whoever you target will give that element damage buff. I'm using Rico right now because that's a crit damage, and that's a crit damage bonus right there. Exact same symbol as we can see right here. I want to show it. Exact same symbol. So it is the exact same symbol on both. I couldn't see that well when I was doing it on my global account, but the TW count shows it a little better. And then I'm just going to speed up and show you guys kind of what Phoebe does right now. So if I speed up, let's slow it down right there. So I've already went over what her abilities does, but I think it does, is it this one? Or is it does the still damage 2? I think she does damage, she does skill 2. A skill 2, you can make one perfect cocktail off of that. Yeah. I think so. Actually, I don't know. I might have messed up. Whatever. Just use whatever one. I'm pretty sure you use skill 1 when it does full auto. But I'm mostly focused on what does skill 3 show. What is skill 3 showing right now? Continue. And once we get, I think it's after Rico goes, we can actually see. Okay, right there. A little fast, but we can see, okay, attack up, damage mode, okay. And then next one, it will be used skill 3. I messed up a little bit, my bad, guys. This is a live demonstration of what's happening. Okay, everybody lives. Actually, Wonder might die. Actually, ooh, Wonder lived. Let's go. Goated. Okay, how many turns for... Okay, someone's dying here. Someone's dying here. Wonder dies here for sure. Oh my god, he hits. Actually, wait, how did he live? Okay, 3 turns. Okay, 3 turns. Okay, that's 1 turn. 1 turn. Hopefully he doesn't. Oh my god, he could actually die here. Okay, that's 2 turns. And then this is 3 turns. Beautiful. And then right here is Energy Shake. Once using Energy Shake, we can see the fact, we can verify only a fire damage bonus and a damage bonus. That's it. It was only fire and a damage bonus. That's it. So that is what Phoebe can do on TW right now. But like I said, what we're seeing right now is not too bad because of the fact that Yumi gives a specific damage bonus. So in our current teams, when we have teams like, let's meet that right here. So when we have this team right here, where it is the On, the Kiyatori, and the Lufel, it's actually quite nice because straight across every single one of these characters gets a fire damage bonus. She works really well with mono teams because when you have mono teams, they give all the same mixers and they were able to get all the same drinks. So that's where you can get up to that perfect mixture and get the optimal buffs because that's how she works. As compared to right now where we have a lot of mixed bag with the core, the wind, etc. But right now this team is going to be doing really well with Phoebe. So if you love fire team, Phoebe's actually a really nice pickup because it's just straight up more and more damage bonus. Because Kiyatori gives damage bonus, A6 Lufel will give damage bonus, fire damage. Specifically, these two give fire damage bonus. You throw in Phoebe, even more fire damage bonus. So this whole entire team is just a major fire damage bonus. And now we throw in a crit damage buff for one specific target. I like that even more because it's even more damage bonus. Because typically we're in our state of the game right now is where we have 2 supporting units plus a fire damage. So whether or not that's a sustain and then either a debuffer or a buffer, or in this case with the Lufel, actually a lot of the times our sustainers we also want some sort of supporting ability. So Lufel in this case, he will be giving a fire damage bonus and an attack buff. So with also his sustain works quite well for this team. While Kiyatori will give the enemies a fire damage increase taken bonus as well as a team-wide damage bonus for fire damage. So very nice in that regard. On top of his On doing an absurd amount of damage that she does. But with that, let me know what other changes do you guys want to see. Hopefully they can give to Phoebe or like more buffs they can give her. Because like I like this. I like the fact they're giving the crit damage bonus, but I'm hoping for a little more from what we're seeing. But overall, I think she is a very cool character, and I'm kind of excited to pull her. Of course, though, you don't need to pull everybody. You can absolutely skill skip Phoebe, and Okion and Puppet will still do a bang up job, and you can wait for another character such as Futaba in the future, because she will eventually, what we know, 6 months from now, she will be added to the standard banner, of course. So you don't absolutely need to pull her. I did a big video on this yesterday, where pull who you like. If you like playing the meta, play meta. If you want to play more goofy team comps where you're running dual DPS, do that. It's all about having fun at the end of the day. You can clear everything with whoever you want for the most part. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, like as we can see, I'm not saying you can do a team comp with Riddle and Tomoko and blah 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 and clear absolutely perfectly and get everything you want. I'm not saying that. But for the most part, if you're doing some team comps, you can usually clear everything pretty easily. But with that, I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys have a good day, good night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye for now.